there was also open regular schools, open prostitution. You know what New York City's doing now? They went down Roosevelt Avenue, took away all the vendors, and Roosevelt Avenue was pretty long. Got rid of every vendor, arrested all the prostitutes and their pimps, and they also got rid of the program where migrants were getting $1,500. It's a new day in America, man. Time to clean up the mess. If anybody wants to come up, guys,
it's running America again, as Ronald Reagan would say.
And I said earlier, Marshall, the only issue I have with Trump so far, it's not even an issue, it's just, it made me tilt my head a little bit, was Matt Gaetz, Attorney General. Other than that, I think all those other picks, I think Rubio is going to be an amazing Secretary of State.
Same. I'm not very enthused over the Gaetz pick either. I don't think the Senate under Majority Leader Thune will pass as well. I should say, I don't think Majority Leader Thune will let Gaetz have his confirmation. But the President-elect is pulling all the levers he can for Gaetz. So we'll see.
Here's the issue with that, right? It can take 6 months up to a year before any of this happens. So he's going to be the Attorney General for a minimum of 6 months to a year, right? Is that how it works? I'm not exactly sure.
Yeah, once you're confirmed as the cabinet position by the Senate, you then go to work. So this would be...
No, Marshall. Well, what I'm asking is, who's the Attorney General the day that Donald Trump becomes president?
I am not sure that there is an Attorney General at that point in time. There's probably an acting Attorney General, but since Attorney General is a cabinet position, it does have to be voted on by the Senate. You're not going to have an official Attorney General until the vote's had. And that'll probably be like 2 or 3 weeks post the 20th.
You know what's amazing to me, Marshall? I was in the room before this one. Kamala Harris for president, right? And like I said, I voted for it, but I'm so happy he won. And, bro, they're still talking about the same fucking talking points they've been talking about for the last 4 years. His infidelities, his convictions, all this other bullshit. And I'm like, are these crying Karens still going to cry for the next 4 years? It's like enough already. The man won, and he won fair and square. There's no impropriety's been called out. What's the problem with people, man?
Those folks, I don't believe, can wrap their head Trump won. Their answers to the questions, at least in that room, tend to be the American public is stupid, they're bigoted and misogynistic, and they don't really seem to be getting with the program like other people in their party who are looking at it and going, hey, we fucked up here, and here. They still seem to be stuck on, hey, it was the big issue in the election was abortion, despite the fact that it was the economy and not abortion. Those folks are truly living in a different world.
Oh, absolutely. To me, abortion was a non-factor. The only way she was going to win was if enough crying Karens came out and voted for her, and they didn't. I think, listen, people voted with their pockets like they always do, and they had no faith in Joe Biden or Kamala Harris or Barack Obama, and that's what they did. And one of the things I don't understand is all the smoke that black men are getting for voting for Donald Trump. It's bizarre to me. But let me say good morning to Jermaine. Good morning. How you doing?
Take a look at this tweet.
Sorry, I didn't say.
I put a tweet, 2 tweets. One has to do with the 2028 election and the alleged poll that Harris would lead in the Democratic primary, and which is funny. And then the other one has to do with his appointments that you're concerned with, and the basic tweet is saying he's using a shotgun strategy with cabinet appointments. That he knows that Gaetz is probably not going to be confirmed, and he has stated that, but he's not going to withdraw any of the nominations. That he's taking a flood the zone approach to cabinet nominations.
Well,
I'm betting that the Senate won't dare to turn them all down.
Council,
Gaetz doesn't make it.
I have a question for you. and maybe you can answer.
Yeah.
The day that Donald Trump is inaugurated, who is the Attorney General from that point on?
The acting Attorney General. The under Attorney General.
So he stays on until the confirmation.
Well, I doubt that Garland would stay on or probably resign, but it would be whoever is like an underling there. They have to have someone acting until he appoints. Same thing happens like with ambassadorships. Remember in his last term, it took forever to get some of these ambassadorships through. So the old ambassador will stay there, or like the deputy will stay until the new ambassador comes in. It's kind of.
Oh my God! I really hope he takes Woody Johnson and puts him back in England so the Jets can get a real owner in place. Then I'll really love Donald Trump.
Anyway, the rest of his tweet says that even if Gates doesn't make it, the standard for an acceptable candidate will have shifted so much that the Senate may simply approve his other nominees who have appalled much of Washington. So Gates may be like a red herring kind of thing. So this was clear from the start. Trump is throwing every outsider he can. You see, he just nominated one or two. If he just had nominated one or two, the Senate make up some BS excuse that only applies to them and confirm the rest. But because Trump is nominating so many, they just can't deprive him of cabinet positions. So he's like, throwing all the mud against the wall, and it sticks will stick. It's kind of the concept.
Thank you, Abby. Appreciate that. What's up, Jordan? What's up, Mary? How you guys doing today?
Good, thank you.
Jordan, I ask you this. Good morning, man. Jordan, I ask you this respectfully, man. Because, I do consider you my friend. You and I both voted for the same candidate, but I'm over her loss. Are you over the loss yet? Be honest.
Yeah, I'm over her loss. I mean, I'm listening to MSNBC, etc. So if you hear their take on all the picks, I don't know what to make of it yet. So I'm just withholding judgment.
They all have business. Come on, I've been reading stuff about them that the ratings they dropped like 30 points since the election. Rumors that they may down.
I heard they may get sold. Mayor, let me ask you. Good morning, Mayor. How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Man, it's a new day in America. What do you think about that? Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I agree with that. I think it's a new day in America. I think that America voted for a shake-up candidate, and he's shaking things up.
But I'm going deeper than just that, man. I'm going deeper, for me at least. As a man in America, it's okay to be a man in America again. Like, the governor of Illinois... He can be a man again! People came out yesterday and said, I don't care who's president. Transgender people are welcome to have their surgery in my state. This guy's a billionaire too, like Trump, Pritzker. So for me, I don't want boys and girls locker rooms. I don't want tampons in boys' locker rooms. I don't want boys beating up on girls in the boxing ring. So to me, it feels good to let's get rid of the fucking pronouns. Excuse my language. Let's be.
Jay, there's a dude in the audience that was one of the most offensive pictures. See this guy from time to time. I had to bring him up and let him explain why he's got an anti-Semitic shirt or removal.
Are you talking about resistance?
Yeah.
Okay, he wants to come up. I'm going to bring him up. Let's see what this gentleman has to say.
Good morning. I don't know who this older lady is, but I don't see where she comes off to say that my pitch is anti-Semitic, especially when she's not Semitic herself. No, she said it. She said anti-Semitic. Are you like deaf? She said he has an anti-Semitic offensive picture. Are you deaf?
Well, hold on, resistance. Hold on.
Why are you so mad? Just relax. Chill out. I don't like liars.
Okay, hold on a second. I've never shared space with you before resistance. But first off, she's not an older lady. You don't know how old she is. And the second thing is, why do you have that PTO? What's behind the thought on that PTO?
Oh, the thought about it was me trolling El Nostro. You guys call him El Normal. I told him this, the artist to be sometimes in Times Square to troll people like in funny images. and I thought this resembled him. That's the reason for the picture.
No, that's not what it is.
Well, I don't care what you think it is. It's for the same reason why I just said you sound like an older, big lady. Doesn't mean it's true.
I'm not size 2, but it's okay. And I'm like,
A 2 with a 0, yeah.
This gay resistance is a real piece of shit.
Extended nose, and it's an anti-Semitic trope.
Well, BB does have a big
You're
nose.
really not well.
Does BB not have a big nose?
No,
BB has a huge nose. He has a
He's a
huge nose.
beautiful man. He's one of the more
Well,
handsome.
it's fine. Well, yeah, you can find beauty and whatever they want. The fact of the matter is, he has a huge nose.
Let me say this. Abby's gorgeous. No cap, no bullshit.
Well, that's once again, that would still be a matter of opinion.
It's not a matter of opinion, it's a fact.
It is. No, it's not.
And she's probably one of the smartest people on this app.
No, she's not, because she just tried to accuse me of being anti-Semitic and have a picture, a cartoon picture of BB.
Well, you are.
How does that equate to anti-Semitic? I don't get it.
You are anti-Semitic.
Especially coming from someone who's not Semitic. She's a European.
Well, resistance, you are anti-Semitic.
No, I'm not.
I don't get it. It's just like Amir, another European, talking Semitic nonsense. It doesn't make
I'm an
sense.
Eagles fan.
But you have to be.
I'm an Eagles fan.
But you have to be Semitic to point out
The reason it's anti-Semitic is partially because of.
Alright, I had to move because he has so much background noise, and nobody's gonna attack Abby when she's in my space. Abby, I admire you on throne.
Thank you.
So, you know,
No, when you see those tropes, I mean, imagine someone did that to a black person. I mean, it's just
He's not healthy. I've heard of it before. He's an angry, unhealthy person.
well, I'll tell you what, I reached out to El Normo to see if he can come in. He said he's a little busy right now, and I said, well, somebody has some things to say about you. He said, that guy's the worst garbage. So, anyway, we gave his 5 minutes of fame. You know, Abby, if you want to be my guest, I don't give a shit. But, you know, I don't know, Abby, I think for the last 2 years, our community we should have built up a tolerance to shit like this. And I'm not saying he's right to have that picture or to be the anti-Semitic piece of shit he is. But, you know, for me, it's just like, yo, whatever, dude, say whatever you want. We're never going to get rid of it.
Can we go back to the political conversation?
Be my guest. Let me say hello to the MVP of Clubhouse, Miss Kelly. What's up, Kelly?
Good morning. I hope y'all are all good. That fucking guy is such a piece of human garbage.
Well, guys, he wants to come back. It's up to you guys if you want to engage with this animal. Abby, you don't have to stop with that your size 2, but everybody knows you're beautiful, Abby. Fuck that, dude. What do you answer to this moron? Who cares? I think you're beautiful, and so do other people. So, you know, ignore him.
But
He's
don't
an angry
forget,
person.
Jay was a pimp, and he's a convicted felon. I
yes,
mean,
Mayor, we can get back to
you
the
know.
conversation. So, new day here in America. Thank you, President Trump. And it's just a feeling that I have, and that I wake up with every day. You know, Biden seems like he's doing everything he can to fuck Trump over.
So we've got 4 YouTubes now that can live
Walk out the
stream.
door and he's like, you know what, Ukraine got to get the missiles.
I actually don't think that hurts Ukraine, by the way. I think that Trump's idea of bargaining from a position of strength, if Ukraine has strength to bargain and they take land or they can attack strongly, that'll give Trump, like, I don't people are looking at this as a negative. I think this will actually give Ukraine, it has to be a broker deal at the end of the day. No one's beating Russia. They're a nuclear power. And no one has ever beat Russia, even when it was on horseback. So there's going to be some type of negotiation. Negotiations come a place that Ukraine has what to bargain with. I don't see that hurting Trump as much as other people.
Well, I kind of disagree there. I don't know if it's hurting Trump, but it's definitely making it harder on Trump, I believe, to negotiate. Right? Because Ukraine now has missiles that they can use, which I never understood in the first place. Why give it
negotiation, doesn't it? It means if the disproportion going on with Ukraine is fighting fully defensively. What if they're like Russia, please leave, and if not, then like what's negotiation power?
if Ukraine takes some land like they did this summer, if they start attacking areas deeper inside Russia, if they have ballistic missiles from France that can hit the Kremlin, now they have negotiation power. Now, is it dangerous because we're playing like chicken with a nuclear power? I get that, but as negotiations go, isn't this up the ante?
What do you think about, and then I want to say good morning to Norm. What do you think about what Bibi said yesterday where Biden and Blinken tried to strong-arm him, and they basically told him to go fuck yourself? Excuse my language.
Instagram restored my content.
That's a different conflict because Israel has the upper hand. So America, what's crazy about Biden's policy is he
They added a restriction to my account,
and he's trying to tamper down Israel to a stalemate. Like, where should he want one way or the other, just like and be done with? That's like the craziness here. So I don't see what Biden did in Ukraine as a problem. I do understand people being uneasy with allowing Russia to have the illusion of victory because they are you do feel kind of like Neville Chamberlain. But on the other hand, there's a stalemate. There's no win here. So what's the end goal? How are we getting out of this one? So giving negotiation power, I think might be the balance that we hope for.
So you'll find this interesting, Mayor. The Biden administration, from the most recent round of appropriations, has withheld 90% of funding to Ukraine. They throttled out 10% of the aid allocated by Congress.
So I don't even know if I have an opinion on if I'm happy that it didn't go to Ukraine or not. Like, let's leave that one alone. I don't like the messing with government. Doling out aid, the first strings belong to Congress. The executive branch should not get in the way. That's the bigger problem.
Thank you. Thank you, gentlemen. I want to say good morning to Norm. Good morning, Norman. El Normo. He's busy beating.
El Normo.
I'm sitting in a restaurant.
Oh, yeah? What kind of restaurant?
That's it.
It's innovative. I don't know how to describe it. I had steak though, which was amazing, with moose, game moose, and
Wait, moose like that? Wait, moose like the animal moose?
no, moose, MOUSSE, made from various animals.
Okay, because you said game moose. I'm like, wait, what?
Game moose. It wasn't gay. It was game. I don't know what gay moose are.
Wait, somebody
Maybe
the moose? What does it mean to be game?
That's what I don't understand. Explain.
Well, I imagine if you made moose out of moose, then it would be moose moose.
Oh, wait, Norm, could it be the Berkowitzes?
It was the Berkowitzes or the Sheila. Yeah, I remember.
Okay, no one knows what we're talking about, but you can give reference to some really funny Woody Allen stand-up.
Woody Allen's famous stand-up album,
Most
like,
famous.
on vinyl, yeah.
Usually when something is referred to as game, and I don't know where you are, Norm, but they're including things that people hunt for, not necessarily what we typically buy in the grocery store or what is farmed. So moose game could be moose. It could be any number of.
I think it's venison. I'm gonna ask them though. What was it? It was just unbelievable, I have to say. And I had a cauliflower and broccoli over cashew cream that was also amazing. It was a little mint. It was really extraordinary, I have to say.
I tell you, it's extraordinary. You get a lot of smoke on this app, and a lot of you bring to yourself. But bro, you really lived the best life. If they only knew how good a life you had.
Thank you. Well, you're right. I'm getting elbowed in the ribs now in affirmation.
Really quickly to respond to what Mayor said about the executive branch getting in the way of what Congress has decided to give to other nations in the way of aid. I agree with him. And the other thing that I take issue with is that this is what he did, but also the narrative that for a long period of time that all this funding was held up by Republicans in Congress, which there were funds held up by Republicans in Congress, but they weren't the only funds that could have been given. Like he's been doling it out, like kind of a trickle of funds to Ukraine. And as Mayor said, kind of usurping the power that Congress has to deliver these funds, but then, I guess, trying to deflect from that by saying it's a matter of the Republican Congress, which I didn't agree with them when they did that. I guess I could say I agreed with some of the reasons they said, but I didn't agree with it broadly speaking in any way, shape, or form for holding up any aid that needed to go out. But it wasn't the only aid. There was already aid there that could have gone out. And Biden has politicized this for reasons that I think are detrimental, frankly, to any nation.
I was going to say one
He's
more
also
thing.
violated the Bail and Force Act several times over, and no one's done a deep dive into investigating it. But I mean, he has giving out money now that goes into the pocket of what we call pay for slay, and into entities that would be banned from receiving U.S. funds based on Taylor Force. And I heard Lindsey Graham talk about this, and also Cruz, and they want to do something about it, but I don't really think they've done, a deep dive into it. But, after that soldier was murdered by terrorists, we passed federal law that the U.S. government could not supply any entities that reward paid for slave, but in fact, that's what we're doing, is we're giving aid into some of these groups.
I'm going to make two predictions right now. First prediction is Trump's hush money conviction gets thrown out by the judge today. And the second one is Joe Biden's going to pardon his son before he leaves the White House. It's his son, and he has nothing to lose.
Does Casey get out of the election too? Will Casey step down finally and concede, or is he going to make McCormick go through more shit?
I read this morning that he's not. I read this morning that he's not. Even though a judge has ruled against him. So I don't think he's going to concede, even though he should, man. These politicians and their egos out, he's crazy. But let me say good morning to Akima and Grandmaster. And good morning, Akima.
Good morning, Jay.
How you doing?
Good yourself.
I'm pretty good. Akima, listen, the first time I saw that picture that you have as your PTR, I laughed. I thought it was kind of funny. But now I don't even care. Who cares if you had McDonald's?
Actually, I don't even think he ate the McDonald's. I would bet that he did. No, but I did want to add something to you say the Biden gave Ukraine the missiles all of a sudden. It wasn't all of a sudden. It's really a response to Russia having 10,000 North Korean troops actually in battle right now. So basically, they see it as an escalation on Russia. So that's why he gave them.
That's not what I said, Akima. What I said was all of a sudden he's allowing them to use them, which now Putin's lowering the threshold to start a nuclear war.
That's what I'm saying. It wasn't all of a sudden. It was a response to Putin getting them troops from North Korea battling. He got 10,000 troops from North Korea. But that was a response to that. What's the point?
Thank you, Akima. Man, what do you think about that?
What you think about that?
Mayor, you there? He's not there. So we got somebody has their hand raised. Let's see what Saint has to say. I don't know, man. For me, like I said, it just feels like a different energy in the country, from the conversations I'm having from people in the real world. It just feels like, man, fuck. Like this heavy cloud had been lifted off this country. Good morning, Saint.
Heavy cloud.
How you doing, sir?
I can't complain.
You can. I'll listen. I'm doing fantastic.
I like that.
So did you want to chime in the conversation, sir?
Yeah, two things. One, it's crazy, and I guess it's based on like how our media, kind of like where our sectors of the country, whatever. Because I feel the complete opposite. I feel like we do have the storm cloud now, whereas you feel like it's a sunny day now. So that's one thing. Two, I don't know what people have this against Ukraine being able to utilize U.S. missiles or whatever now, and I don't know what they wanted the response to therefore be. And we have a vested interest in Ukraine being able to pull this war off, at least hold Russia off. So on an economic scale, on a NATO scale, which is a war scale, with Putin bringing from Korea or whatever, what did y'all expect? What would have then been the proper response then? say that we get frustrated that America's funding aid to this war or whatever, which the primary funding that we're given is old military equipment. But for the little bit of money that we do give to them, that's a loan. So if we ever want to see our money come back to us with the interest that's on that loan that we give to Ukraine, wouldn't it be most advantageous that we continue to help them? You know what I'm saying? As Russia is strengthening their army. Or y'all don't care to get the money back?
First of all, real quick, just to touch on, I voted for Kamala Harris.
Yeah.
So, but I support Donald Trump. Listen, man. I don't know where you're based out of. And the energy that I feel here, bro. Listen, the day after the election, Mayor Adams stopped the program, giving $1,500 of free money to migrants, and I like that. They're also cleaning up a lot of areas here that they know that if they did it when Trump took over, he was going to come down with the hammer. So,
He's not though.
I know he's not, but people know what's coming. So, Mayor Adams knows what's coming. But as far as Ukraine is concerned, I've been a big supporter of Ukraine. I think everybody else on stage has as well. I just think that, and let's keep it real, Saint.
You can't say on there that I was saying that you're banned, so how great would it be? After I got banned 16 times, I'm like, I'm out, let's go back to Clubhouse, fuck it.
How great would it be to create like anti-woke versions of every social?
Which is sort of the sister border city, and went across. And yeah, I mean, they have an infrastructure to allow people to go in and out because they've been doing it for years. And I'm sure Marshall, you're in Brownsville, right? Is that?
No, I'm in McAllen, which is about an hour northwest of Brownsville.
Okay, but you're sort of like that. You're right on the border, and there's a Mexican sister city right across from the border.
Yeah, our sister city's right outside. Not a safe place for tourists to travel. They end up having open gun battles more frequently than you'd imagine. But
you have an infrastructure, and you've always dealt with people going across the border. And
it's no big deal.
It's about the maquilas mostly. That's where a lot of those maquila doors are centered.
Well, and in Arizona, it's Nogales, Sonora, that's the big crossing point. And the mayor of Nogales said he'll deal with this when it comes up because he has a real system for people coming across during the day to work and living in Sonora.
Totally.
And he wants that to continue.
Yeah, well, look, the economies in both cities, in Nogales and in southern Tucson, are dependent on each other in both directions. It's like, it's sort of like this whole idea was thought up as a concept by people who have no idea. It's
like this guy who's got no idea.
Trying to figure out how to get the best surfing in Florida. It's like they don't know.
Well, so here we have a different thing. The mayors here along the border, they're supportive of cracking down on how immigration is dealt with. It's just different than Arizona in that way.
Okay. And in what way?
Where a lot of Arizona mayors, as Dr. Francine said, are worried about clamping down on immigration. The mayors in the counties of Hidalgo, where I live, Cameron County, Wilson County, Starr County, and Zapata County are all supportive of a crackdown on immigration in the way that mayors in Arizona simply are not.
Okay.
Hey, Ben, Jane would like to speak, and I'm not a mod, so.
Where is she? I'm looking for
She's in the audience, and she requested.
Yeah, you gotta put your hand up to do that. Okay. Let me see.
I got her. It's okay.
Okay.
Everything is off. Just letting you know.
Jane is the one that complains about me recording all
I
the time.
wanted to jump in when you were saying, what are they going to do? How are they going to know? And ask you. Hi, everyone, by the way. Hello to the room. Is that a serious question, Beth? Are you literally not aware that they will just round people up if you're brown? It's what you said, racial profile.
Brown roundups.
How they make a mistake and say sorry later?
So
This
stupid.
is so known. This is not a mystery. So I didn't know why you were actually.
You'll be rounded up.
No, it was somewhat of a rhetorical
Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
No, I wasn't asking the thing. I was saying that the question.
We lost so much economic development over that because Arpaio made the state dangerous, and so things like the Super Bowl and the NBA and all that, so they stopped coming.
America's mayor did a great job in New York too, making it very uncivilized for black and brown people to survive with stop and frisk. So it's not uncommon, friends. I remember Ohio days, man. I had a friend who was wound up in those what were they, like 10 prison? 10 cities?
10 cities.
Like that.
And they wore pink underwear. I mean, it was barbaric and brutal.
Yeah, humiliation tactics, all sorts of things that were used by. And Marshall, I'm sorry for your area, because do you think they're really gonna, they meaning the administration, the incoming administration, I don't think they are avoiders of chaos. Quite based on what I observed in the past, they like chaos.
No, they're providers of chaos.
There you go. Yeah, I know the area, Marshall.
A chaos agent with a law degree.
This kind of suffering, but I'm sorry to hear that, Marshall.
Yeah, so people down below, I think most of you know the rule here is that we generally have people who know each other. Nobody's up here. But I am going to keep the hand raising turned off. So if you believe you're one of those people and you want to come up, just put your hand up or mention something in the chat and we'll bring you up. So let's see, there is room for 4 more at the table. So
go with the chat approach. Someone kind, quick, scared, like Dr.
You have to spend a year in the room listening before he'll bring you up, just FYI. Very strict rules.
All right, I want to go to Al. Al, how was your all of the events you had a bunch of stuff you were doing over the weekend?
I did. I had my granddaughter Mary's bat mitzvah gala weekend, and it was quite wonderful. And I recovered from pneumonia just in time. So a shout out to
she had pneumonia.
Pharmaceutical companies, the antibiotics.
Shout out to Big Pharma.
Not my favorite thing to have to do, but it worked.
Had to do it.
It was really a beautiful event. The picture you're looking at is me, my daughter Zoe, and.
You don't think it had anything to do with the fact that she's a woman?
Yeah, 100%. I said it's for multiple reasons. I just think that the top two is just poor messaging, and because people identify with things being cheaper under Trump, even though it wasn't Trump's doing, and they identify with things being more expensive under Biden, even though it's not Biden's doing.
Do you think any of those people might own a stock portfolio? Any of them might be considering what happens with capital? So did you have a concern about your capital gains tax at all?
Abby's asking some Schwartz about his capital gain.
Saturday, you got Harry in there, you think you're fucking, you're a fucking whore.
Yeah, but these hoes be fucking the same. Hey, put that leg up on the site.
Everybody there.
Yeah, niggas don't care though.
Freaks don't
I know. They don't give a fuck.
I don't care.
They don't even be talking.
So y'all ain't gonna tell me how many bodies y'all got anyway. I ain't gonna know.
I'm not
I got 50 bodies.
3.
I ain't gonna know if you really got 3 bodies. Come on. You can tell me anything.
That's 3. It's 3.
She told 3. 3 times 10.
I don't give a
3 times 10.
Hello?
That pussy been reborn again.
Period. Baptized. I'm gonna baptize somebody else.
I'm not gonna lie, a deal breaker for me, low key.
This shit ain't talking to me. They come in because ain't nobody asked you that.
You know what?
If you ask me how many men I slept with and you're trying to date me, you're getting lost.
Yeah, I ain't gonna ask the girl. I don't even want to ask the girl that. I don't even want to know.
No, I just want to know what the only thing is, I just want to know if
That's
she has
an
STDs or not.
Yeah, how many dicks you from, y'all?
That's an automatic red flag because that shows your insecurity. And
Yeah, why you want to
control
if
issue.
a woman can't come to the clinic,
Once you're insecure and you're asking questions like that,
and everybody
right?
just looking.
Baby, shut the fuck up.
Actually really fucking happen. But my thing is, if you can't trust the person you're with, maybe you shouldn't be with them. It's just that simple.
Transparency doesn't fix
Wait, hold on. I want to ask a question. So,
I was supposed to go
the problem out there.
No, I called.
I was supposed to go next.
How are you all in long-term relationships and you all can't control? You first of all, you can't control another individual.
Hold on. Hold on. This was the point. Look, the point was not how you feel when someone tells you, right? You guys are talking about transparency and how it sounds as if we were saying that it's an established expectation when you go into a relationship. So we want to talk about the bulge and the sweatpants. Forget about how you feel. Would you hold an expectation to your partner to tell you if she said that to you? Meaning if she failed that expectation, would you hold that against her? So forget about how you feel. Would you want her to tell you that she enjoyed the size of a man's balls? Now, I want to hear a yes or no to that.
Pretty cool.
Would you want her to tell you?
And that she enjoyed. Wait. I can answer this. Mike, I can answer this. Mike, I want to ask you a question.
The intention behind her saying that does matter.
I'm almost at work. Look. See, I'm almost at work. Enjoyment is part of transparency. Yes, I enjoyed the size of the man's bulge that I saw today. And to meet the expectation of transparency, I feel obligated to tell you. Is that what you're talking about? Would you want her to
pretty much. I still feel it different. It really wouldn't matter to me.
He's insecure.
I wouldn't expect a man to say anything like that to me ever.
Go ahead, brother.
Before I answer your question, there is a small,
Oh goodness.
there is a small technical thing that I'm grappling around with because you asked, would I want her to tell me, and then you're asking, is it an expectation that she does? I feel like those are two separate questions. So can I answer both?
No. Yeah.
Police. This is the only place I kind of see them. I don't see them everywhere.
My problem is,
right, and she has this big ass generator, diesel generator, and buying all those diesel generators or buying the diesel is expensive. During the day, her solar panels on the roof, as long as the sun is up, her TV's on, Wi-Fi is working, life is good. Like, anyways, maybe that's something I'm too full.
So it should return about 1.9x or something like that, what the actual one would return, 1.8. And so if you position size, you can take about half of your MSTR off the table and buy half of what you had in MSTU and have about the same amount of return.
And if we understand
Bitcoin people are even more retarded. Oh fuck yeah, we got Roger Mayhem on the wire. We got Roger Mayhem on the wire.
million years ever vote for someone like Kamala Harris. That doesn't mean that we should all be lining up saying Donald Trump's the savior, but her policies are horrible. Her policies are absolutely horrible. You have a $36 trillion deficit, and she thinks that, well, I just go pander to a group of people that don't own homes. I'll tell them I'll give them $25,000 for a down payment. What I won't tell them is that $25,000 will automatically raise the cost of the home they're buying by at least $25,000, and so they'll gain nothing. I instead of talking to small business owners about getting money infused into their business, maybe I should talk to small business owners and ask them what they actually want, in which case they would tell you they want the government to deregulate their industry and allow them to operate. And this isn't just large corporations. This is the young girl that knows how to braid hair that wants to start her own business.
Jazzy.
The government says no, you got to pay an occupational licensing fee. Democrats are anti. They're anti-economic common sense.
they understand how the economy works, but they don't care because they don't have sensible policies. And so what happens is they have two levers to pull. They have identity politics, and within that, they have giveaways. So it's like, not only are we going to be socialists, we're going to be socialists, and we're going to be very specific about targeting certain groups of people, and with the hope that the people are stupid enough to believe that it helps them. It's very pernicious. I think it's an ugly thing, and I'm glad that the country rejected the referendum. And I am not a Trump supporter, as you all know. I'm glad they rejected.
I love people who say I don't support Trump, and yet they're supporting Trump.
Represents. And the referendum was not just against her; it was against the entire Democratic Party, and it's against identity politics, and it's against this socialist.
Well, Roger, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, go ahead,
I'm
buddy.
curious. So, what in Trump's policies, bro, do you think will lead to lowering inflation? Because everything that I've read and watched and listened to, points towards higher inflation.
Not only are yeah. So, and again, you're going to listen to pundits because that's what pundits do. They get paid to talk about these things. If you pay attention to what actually moves the market, one of the things that unshackles a market and unshackles consumers is deregulation. Now, I'm not an absolutist where I think that we should run around with zero regulations. But many markets are highly regulated, and so when I look at what Trump is promising to do specifically, and I don't think he was born with these positions, but after he got shot, he started aligning himself with people that I think are wise counsel, is how I like to think of them, and they're advising him on things that would help the economy. And when we get into the specifics, we're talking about taking laser sharp focus into the waste of government and reducing government spending. We have an untenable situation. We have $36 trillion worth of debt. We have currently in this calendar year, we're going to collect $5 trillion worth of tax revenue, and we're going to spend $7 trillion. It's unconscionable to have $2 trillion of deficit spending. When you look at what Trump did in his first presidency, he spent his first 3 years. He had 3.4 trillion in deficit spending, which I find problematic, and then he had 4.5 in year 4, and we all know why. And his reaction to COVID,
YouTube crashed. And actually, fucking these cell phones suck.
They were going to buy it no matter if it was Republican or a Democrat. But more than half of the
upload failed.
Was in year 4.
Oh my god!
And then he spends $7.9 million, in the 4 years that he's in, and here's Joe Biden.
So we switched tax.
Pandemic, and he's stabilized the idea that we should average $2 trillion of deficit spending every year. He's normalized that. I mean, we need to get back to if we're going to have.
Hey, Roger,
okay, go ahead and ask your question.
All right. I mean, if you need to land, it's cool. I just want to have a conversation. That's all. I was gonna say, like, for the things that I would say, let's say tariff wise, right? Tariff in any kind of way gonna lead to again to a tariff war, which I'm gonna lead to deflation, to lesser inflation. Or how is the idea of a mass deportation gonna lead to deflation?
I don't think the mass deportation is gonna take place. I think I don't think that takes place. I think what's more likely to happen is the push for E-Verify and more focus on the border to just slow this invasion that's taken place under Biden. If you think about it, 2023 is 3.2 million illegals entering this country. That was in 2023. There was more illegals that entered than during Trump's entire 4 years. So I think just having a focus that says, hey, look, we should inspect and process people that come across the border. I'm a huge supporter of increasing legal immigration. The thing is the Democrats don't see a difference between illegal or legal immigration. Now, Obama did some deportations that nobody cried about. Look, if Trump thinks that's a wise move, I think it'd be a mistake. I think it is expensive to go and do that. I don't think you have to. I think what you do is you end the incentives that would cause people to want to come here illegally, and you say, wow, it's going to be pretty crummy if I enter illegally. I'm not going to do it. And that's the way we should tackle that issue. But the tariff thing, that's another thing. People don't understand that this country, before we had the income tax, before 1913, before we started taxing people's income, which, by the way, when they first started taxing it, they said, it's only going to affect 4% of the country. And then eventually it got to everybody, right? So what we should think about is that previously we did tax tariffs and excise taxes is how we funded the country. I have different plans. I'm a radical when it comes to taxation. I'd like to voluntarily tax people for use fees, lotteries, and other things that are completely voluntary. I think a sales tax is probably the most voluntary thing that's politically feasible. So removing an income tax, Social Security tax, Medicare tax, replacing it with a federal sales tax, to me seems like probably the most possible thing that we could substitute it with. The tariff thing, though, I don't think it's a great way to fund government. I believe in free markets. I think it's going to cause distortions. But I also understand why he wants to do it. What he is hoping to do.
Really? Because it's fair?
Number one, he wants to appeal to the Americans that are like, oh, they took our job. And so there's that. I think anybody that denies that's foolish. But the bigger part of it is that when he was talking about the tariffs, just talking about the tariffs, China, who was going to build an automotive factory right on our border in Mexico, canceled their plan. It was going to be the biggest manufacturing plant in all of North America. They canceled their plans, right? And now he's having conversations with them and saying, hey, if you want to manufacture in North America, why don't you build factories in our cities and employ Americans, and then you can build them here, and then we charge you no tariffs. What he's doing, in my opinion, is he's doing what he's always done, which is negotiate. I think he says something that's a little over the top and absurd, causes people to freak out because they don't know if he's serious, because sometimes he can be over the top and absurd with his ideas, but then that becomes the bargaining point. And then when somebody points out, like, well, that's not going to work, let's have a real conversation. I think the tariff conversation and the deportation, I think he's taken the hardline stance so he could then have the power in the negotiation that if he does have to negotiate backwards from that, he can still get something that looks like a hell of a lot of improvement.
Thank you, Roger. Thank you, Saint. Let me say good morning to Richard. Richard, good morning. Richard, are you there? All right. Go popcorn style if anybody wants to grab the mic, be my guest. But Roger, also, you get some flack. I'm sorry. Who was that? Saint, did you want to say something?
No, I thought you were talking to me. I was going to tell Roger, I do like how he's more or less unbiased in his arguments. That's all. It sounds like he got shit and roses for everyone, so I can respect.
Oh yeah, he's an equal opportunity hater for both of them. Richard, are you there, Richard? No. All right. So Roger, Diane Mello has said that the president of Argentina has raised inflation by 52%. I don't know anything about Argentina there.
Well, first of all, I know plenty of people in Argentina, and she's completely full of shit. It was 350% before he came in. The inflation rate is on its way down. Government spending was slashed more than in half. His first day, he took 21 agencies down to 9. And by the way, in the first 2 quarters of being in office, he balanced the budget. Their economy has never been better, and if she wants to come up here and discuss it, we can dive into the finer points. I doubt she'll.
Yeah, she don't come up. She's a chat crab warrior. But Roger, what do you think about the title? It's a new day in America. People are feeling proud to be American. Maybe they're already getting done, bro. Here in New York City, they stopped the program where they were getting $1,500 of free money a month to immigrants, to migrants, illegal immigrants. They're starting to clean up areas that were really getting overrun, and I think it's because they know Donald Trump's coming.
Hey, JP, what happens with those people, though? So for people who literally...
Bro, I asked that question. I asked that question before, bro. I was like, by my house here in Brooklyn, there was a migrant tent city, probably 2,000 or 3,000 people. I drove past it yesterday. There wasn't a single tent up. Where those people go? I have no idea, bro.
I hear both sides though. Like
this is part one. I'm gonna restart the live. Here we go.
It's one thing, but then also it's like, all right, cool. We don't give the $15 to migrants or whatever who need the money and are still going to be here. They're still going to occupy American soil. To me, that creates a damaging and dangerous and hostile environment for whomever has to now live around people that aren't getting any government assistance. They need it.
No, listen. My thing is this. We need to take care of it. Our government has forgotten how to take care of its own people. You know, if these people here are illegally, why should my tax dollars, which believe me, it's quite the number, have to go to them? I'd rather improve my sanitation, my police department, my fire department, my education system. Why are these people getting health insurance before Americans are? As soon as they land in America, they're covered under Medicaid. Why is that okay with people? I don't understand. Why do we have so many homeless? Wait, hold on. Let me. Why do we have so many homeless vets? We have to focus on ourselves right now.
Jay, if they're here in contravention of U.S. law, they should be deported. That is a perfectly reasonable and okay thing to suggest if you have broken the law to get into the country.
Shane, what do you think about that?
I didn't really hear what he said. I was looking up something the U.S. said. When the U.S. said like they get Medicaid, and I was like, I didn't think that undocumented immigrants can get Medicaid.
Oh, they definitely get it here in New York. That I know for a fact.
That's crazy.
When I said
you're
in the country in contravention of U.S. law, then you should be deported, and that is a completely acceptable policy position.
Mm-hmm. Listen, I'm with it in theory. I just think I imagine things like if we could flip a light switch, right, and we got rid of like if the American people who want to stand for this like no undocumented immigrants in the country, I'm with it, right? But if we could flip that light switch and we could spend trillions of dollars to do that mass deportation like that, and we got rid of all undocumented immigrants, I don't think that Americans would like what the country therefore looks like after. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what troubles me the most. But if people don't care about things costing more than the products and labor or whatever, prices going up, if people don't care about Social Security being in crisis mode, if people don't care, you know what I'm saying, about
wait, I'm not saying respectfully. What about national security?
I said Social Security. Social
Security. I'm asking you about national security.
Oh,
what about that?
I'm too ignorant to it, but I don't see where undocumented immigrants have compromised our national security.
We have caught at least 6 ISIS members entering the southern border in Texas. Mm-hmm. And the Biden administration has processed a grand total of 12 million people, which is more than the population of half of the states in America. Meaning 25 of the states out of our 50 states have a population of less than 12 million people. I personally, when I made the comment about deportation, I wasn't really talking about mass deportation. I'm talking about the stance that if you break the law, you should suffer consequences, and under immigration law, that means get deported.
Yeah. I mean,
wait. So hold on a second. What's your solution to the mass immigration problem we have in America right now? What would you suggest?
I think the biggest thing that we should do is go after companies who hire illegal things. You know what I'm saying? So America does not seem like the utopia anymore. And that way, the incentive for them to come here doesn't seem as great.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I think attack it from that scale. So if you want to employ illegals at a mass scale or whatever the case is, or if your business gets caught employing illegals, something like that, then there are repercussions that business owners will have to fight with, and therefore, like it being attacked on that type of level, I think that it Jose and the rest of them, they won't be like, hey, let me bring my cousins and my brothers.
But let me say this respectfully, man.
What's up?
If you do that, right? Because I've been in the hospitality industry most of my life.
Okay, I'm sorry, graduate.
So you know as well as I do that father. Let's say I'm going to give you just I don't know the exact number. I'm just going to give you off the top of my head. 80% of restaurants in America are owned by, or bars are owned by small business owners.
Mm-hmm.
If you get rid of if you start penalizing those business owners who are just squeezing a nickel now, we will have mass closings of restaurants and bars in the hospitality industry throughout America.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
but
how do you punish
I
that?
think that there is no sweet spot though. I think that no matter what, it's like we're gonna have to pay for the ideals behind this. No matter how you look at it. So if we attack the business owners, then that's gonna be a thing. If we were to try to do emancipation, or that's gonna be a thing. I think the way that Biden and Kamala have gone about it, as far as encouraging other like Guatemala and I forget the other country to kind of like, and Guatemala, Mexico, I forget the other country. They encourage them. Yeah, so they encourage them to kind of strengthen their own securities around immigration to America, whatever. So I think that's good. I think that Biden put more regulations on the asylum applications or whatever. Like, I think that's good. I think that, you know, part of one of those things is like if you get caught trying to cross here illegally, then in some kind of way it's like for not that they're no longer allowed to come over here illegally. I think that the asylum cities is a good try. You know, I don't know if the sanctuary cities is a good. And New York is a shit show, but like
it doesn't, bro. It doesn't.
Why should they get to ignore federal law?
That's a good try. I'm not saying that it worked.
Yeah.
I think it was a good swing. You know, but I think no matter how we look at this, like the sanctuary cities, you know, we're gonna with this backlash from that. If we attack business owners, it's gonna be backlash from that. You know, no matter how you look at this.
Well, let me ask you this follow-up question. What do you think about Donald Trump? I think it was yesterday he came out and said that he's for using the military for the illegal immigration problem. What do you think about that?
You say he's I don't get it, but say he's 4 years in the military.
Using the military to contain the migrant problem.
Yeah, I'm not with that. And I also don't think that he has the power to do so. I think that a lot of what he's doing, like campaigns, when he said
he doesn't have the power. Have you heard of George Washington?
The issue with the southern border is more of a Congress issue. Like the president really has very minimal.
Well, he can't use the military, but he can use the National Guard.
Okay, we're gonna do metaphysical meditations by Paramahansa Yogananda. Only problem is I don't want to do it on my voice on Clubhouse.
And so they're waiting. So in my position, guess what? The Bible shows that God is long-suffering. Or God might send or test the individual. God might search an individual to know something. He tests to know. He searches to know. So my position is true in the Bible.
But it's interesting. They also explain what is the sound if the war will start. There's a certain sound. We don't know it, but I explain it. And what to do, straight away after you hear that sound, and how long this sound will last if it's the real person. But I think it's very good because most of us, my generation, we don't know what to do. And
you never had to do this before, you know.
We don't have to reserve at home.
Okay, I'm gonna change my profile saying professional professional actor singer. I changed my gender. This is Paramahansa. Paramahansa Yogananda. Okay, everybody, this is Metaphysical Meditation, Paramahansa Yogananda. This is your friend Joy. Prayer for a United World by Paramahansa Yogananda. May the heads of all countries and races be guided to understand that men of all nations are physically and spiritually one. Physically one, because we are the descendants of common parents, the symbolic Adam and Eve, and spiritually one, because we are the immortal children of our Father, bound by eternal links of brotherhood. Let us pray in our hearts for the League of Souls, the united world, though we may seem divided by race, creed, color, class, and political prejudices. Still, as children of the one God, we are able in our souls to feel brotherhood and world unity. May we work for the creation of a united world in which every nation will be a useful part, guided by God through man's enlightened conscience. In our hearts, we can all learn to be free from hate and selfishness. Let us pray for harmony among the nations, that they march hand in hand through the gate of a fair, new civilization. Forward. Meditation is the science of God realization. It is the most practical science in the world. Most people would want to meditate if they understood its value and experienced its beneficial effects. The ultimate object of meditation is to attain conscious awareness of God and of the soul's eternal oneness with Him. What achievement could be more purposeful and useful than to harness limited human faculties to the omnipresence and omnipotence of the Creator? God realization bestows on the meditator the blessings of the Lord's peace, love, joy, power, wisdom. Meditation utilizes concentration in its highest form. Concentration consists in freeing the attention from distractions and in focusing it on any thought in which one may be interested. Meditation is that special form of concentration in which the attention has been liberated from restlessness and is focused on God. Meditation, therefore, is concentration used to know God. In response to the love of great devotees, God has manifested Himself in various cosmic forms. He also manifests Himself in truth, in divine qualities, in the creative power and beauty in nature, in the lives of great saints and avatars, divine incarnations, and in the soul of every man. Thus, meditation on any of these concepts brings a deep realization of the omnipresent absolute, of Him who is ever existing, ever conscious, ever new bliss. And because meditation gives direct perception of God, it raises the practice of religion above the differences of dogma. Complete instruction in the theory and practice of scientific meditation techniques is given in the Self-Realization Fellowship lessons. These lessons are available to all sincere seekers of truth. For more information, write Self-Realization Fellowship, 3880 San Rafael, Los Angeles, California, 90065. Metaphysical Meditations offers meditations of three types: prayers or loving demands addressed to God, affirmations about God or truth, and spiritual guidance and inspiration to be directed to one's own consciousness. Select a meditation that meets your present need. To help focus your mind on the spiritual thought, practice the following meditation instructions. Sit on a straight chair or in a cross-legged position on a firm surface. Keep the spine straight and chin parallel to the floor. With eyes closed, gently focus your gaze. Concentrate your attention at the point between your eyebrows. This is the seat of concentration and the spiritual eye, or divine perception in man. With the attention fixed at this center of calmness and concentration, practice the meditation you have chosen. Audibly or mentally repeat the words slowly, concentrating on them intently until you become absorbed in the inner meaning. Meditate until you feel that the concept on which you are meditating has become a part of your own consciousness. The first proof of God's presence is an ineffable peace. This evolves into joy, humanely inconceivable, once you have touched the source of truth and life. all nature will respond to. Finding God within, you will find him without, in all people and all conditions. Contents: Prayer for a United World. Forward: If you want his answer. Poem: Devotion and Worship. Meditations on God. Expansion of consciousness. On finding God. On material concerns. On self-improvement. Christmas meditations. This is called If You Want His Answer by Paramahansa Yogananda. Whether he replies or not, keep calling him. Ever calling in the chamber of continuous prayer. Whether he comes or not, believe he is ever approaching, nearer to you, with each command of your heart's love. Whether he answers or not, keep entreating him, even if he makes no reply in the way you expect. Ever know that in some subtle way he will respond. In the darkness of your deepest prayers, know that with you he is playing hide and seek. And in the midst of the dance of life, disease and death, if you keep calling him, undepressed by his seeming silence, you will receive his answer. Devotion and worship. To begin a meditation, lock the eyelid doors and shut out the wild dance of tempting scenes. Drop your mind into the bottomless well of your heart. Hold the mind on your heart that is bubbling with life-giving blood. Keep your attention tied to the heart until you feel its rhythmic beat. With every heartbeat, feel the pulse of almighty life. Picture the same all-pervading life knocking at the heart door of millions of human beings and of billions of other creatures. The heart throb constantly, meekly announces the presence of infinite power behind the doors of your awareness. The gentle beat of all-pervading life says to you silently, do not receive only a little flow of my life, but expand the opening of thy feeling powers. Let me flood thy blood, body, mind, feelings, and soul with my throbs of universal life. To awaken mental freedom, sit still with a straight spine. Cover up your fidgety eyeballs with the sheets of your eyelids, hold them still. Then loosen your mind from the consciousness of body weight. Relax the nerve strings that are attached to the heavy muscles and bones of your body. Forget the consciousness of carrying a heavy bundle of bones tied in the thick cloth of flesh. Rest. Free your mind from the consciousness of a beast of burden. Do not think of your body load, but feel your soul untied from the constant material quality of heaviness. Mentally race in your fancy's airplane above, beneath, left, right, and infinity, or wherever you want to go. Feel and meditate on this, your mental freedom from your body. Dream, dwell, and feel this body aboveness when sitting still. The consciousness of freedom will constantly increase. Universal prayer. Okay, hope you're enjoying this brief reading. Cheers. L'chaim and mazel tov. Don't worry, it's just orange juice with a little bit of beer. Universal prayer. May thy love shine forever on the sanctuary of my devotion, and may I be able to awaken thy love in all hearts. O Father, receive thou the fervor of my soul, the devotion of incarnations, the love of ages that I have kept locked in the vault of my heart, divine Father. In my temple of silence, I have made a garden for thee, decorated with the blossoms of my devotion, with aspiring heart, with zealous mind, with flaming soul. I lay at thy feet of omnipresence all the flowers of my devotion, O Spirit. I worship thee as beauty and intelligence in the temple of nature. I worship thee as power in the temple of activity, and as peace in the temple of silence. I will wait for thee in the center of my heart. I have a mystic throne for thee. The candles of my joys are dimly lighted in the hope of thy coming. They will burn brighter when thou appearest. Whether thou comest or not, I will wait for thee until my tears melt away all material grossness. To please thee, my love, perfumed tears will wash thy feet of silence. The altar of my soul will be kept empty until thou comest. I will talk not. I will ask not of thee. I will realize that thou knowest the pangs of my heart while I wait for thee. Thou dost know that I am praying. Thou dost know that I love no other. Yet whether thou dost come to me or not, I will wait for thee, though it be for eternity. I will drive away all despondency in order to make a mighty effort to feel God by meditation, until he finally appears. My offering to thee, each morning I offer my body, my mind, and any ability that I possess, to be used by thee, O infinite Creator, in whatever way thou dost choose to express thyself through me. I know that all work is thy work, and that no task is too difficult or too menial when offered to thee in loving service. Divine Mother, with the language of my soul, I demand realization of thy presence. Thou art the essence of everything. Make me see thee in every fiber of my being, in every wisp of thought awake in my heart. Beloved Father, my wordless chants of yearning for thee will sing in cadence with my heart throbs. I shall feel thy presence in all hearts. I shall watch thy hands working in the law of gravitation and in all other natural forces, in the tread of all living creatures. I shall hear thy footsteps. The unseen charmer of souls, thou art the fountain flowing from the bosom of friendship. Thou art the rays of secret warmth that unfold buds of feeling into blossoms of endearing, soulful words of poetry and loyalty. As I radiate sympathy and goodwill to others, I open the channel for God's love to come to me. Divine love is the magnet that attracts all blessedness. Father, enter thou into my soul through the portals of my heart's devotion and through my ardent prayers. I will not become too much attached to things, as this will cause me to forget God. We lose possessions, not as a punishment, but as a test to see if we love material things more than the infinite Lord. I obey thee in the temple of discipline. I love thee in the temple of devotion. I worship thee in the temple of my love. I touch thy feet in the temple of stillness. I behold thine eyes in the temple of delight. I feel thee in the temple of emotion. I fight for thee in the temple of activity. I enjoy thee in the temple of peace. I will rise with the dawn and rouse my sleeping love to awaken in the light of true devotion for the peace God within. Heavenly Father, in an invisible church built of devotion granite, receive thou my humble heart offerings, daily renewed by prayer. Divine Mother, open wide the bud of my devotion, and release its fragrance, that it may spread from my soul to the souls of all others, ever whispering of thee. I have heard thy voice, Divine Mother, I have heard thy voice whispering in the fragrance of the rose. I touched thy tenderness in the softness of the lily, in the whispers of my devotion. It was thy love that answered. Christ is risen from the sepulchre of my indifference, and I behold him in the light of my devotion. I, a sleeping Son of God, am coming out of my bodily prison into the vast freedom of spirit. Undying devotion. O thou great lover, thou art life, thou art the goal, thou art my desire. Deliver me from thy maya, delusion. Subnote, the delusive veil of creation whose multiplicity of forms hides the one formless verity. Tempt me with thy presence instead, beloved Lord. Fill my heart with undying devotion to thee alone. My well of silence. His laughter caught my heart. His joy invaded my sorrowful heart as I swung in a hammock beneath the pines under the blue. I felt the sky stir in his presence moving through me. My body became still. My power of silence dug into my bosom until a bottomless well sprang up. The bubbling waters of my well clamored and cold and thirsty things around me to come and drink of my inspirations. Suddenly, the vast blue plunged its blue lips into the well of my heart. The pines, the sailing clouds, the mountains, earth, and the planets put their mouths into my well of bliss. All things in creation drank of me, and satisfied they plunged into the waters of my immortality. Their gross bodies touched the transmuting pool of my soul and became purified and luminous, just as grains of sugar dissolve in a pot of sparkling water. So the cloudlets, tall hills, scenic beauties, stars, lakes, worlds, brooklets of laughing minds, long winding rivers of ambitions of all creatures traveling along many trails of incarnations, all melted in the ocean of my all-dissolving silence. divine shepherd of infinite perception, rescue the lambskins of my thoughts, lost in the wilderness of restlessness, and lead them into thy fold of silence. Beloved Father, let the embers of my devotion glow with thy presence evermore. Beloved God, pluck the lotus of my devotion from the mire of earthly forgetfulness and wear it on thy breast of ever-wake memory. I bow to thee, O God, in the temple of the skies, in the temple of nature, and in the soul temples of human brothers. I worship God everywhere. I bow to the infinite Father, differently manifesting in the many churches and temples that have all been erected in his honor. I worship the one God resting on the various altars of different teachings and religious faiths. Today I will worship God in deep silence and wait to hear his answer through my increasing peace of meditation. I will mingle my inner devotional whispers with the prayers of all saints, and continuously offer them in the temples of silence and activity until I can hear his whispers loudly everywhere. This day shall be the best day of my life. Today I will start with a new determination to dedicate my devotion forever at the feet of omnipresence, expanding love. Meditate, dwell on, and feel this. My kingdom of love shall expand. I have loved my body more than anything else. That is why I am identified with and limited by it. With the love that I have given to the body, I will love all those who love me. With the expanded love of those who love me, I will love those who are mine. With the love for myself and the love for my own, I will love those who are strangers. I will use all my love to love those who do not love me, as well as those who love me. I will bathe all souls in my unselfish love, in the sea of my love. My family members, my countrymen, all nations and all beings will swim. All creation, all the myriads of tiny living things will dance on the waves of my love. I saturate myself with the perfume of thy presence, and I wait to waft with the breeze the aroma of thy message of love to all. In the temple of my earthly mother's love, I will worship the incarnated love of the Divine Mother. All desire for love I will purify and satisfy in sacred divine love for thee, O God. Beloved infinite, I will keep thee ever imprisoned behind the strong walls of my undying love. Whether or not thou answerest my demands and prayers, I shall go on loving thee. O Father, teach me to vivify my prayers with thy love. May I realize thy nearness behind the voice of my prayer. I know that just behind the screen of my love demands, thou art listening to the silent words of my soul. I will behold God himself bestowing on me his divine love through the hearts of all. Naughty or good, I am thy child. Sinner or saint, I am thine own. Teach me to drink the everlasting nectar of joy, found in the fountain of meditation. Divine Father, teach me to worship thee on the altar of silence within, and on the altar of activity without. Beloved God, purify the dross in me, banish disease and poverty from the world evermore, banish ignorance of thee from the shores of men's souls. Okay, this is Metaphysical Meditations by Paramahansa Yogananda. Okay, this is Meditations on God. Meditate on God's light. Look at a light and close your eyes. Forget the darkness around you and watch the bright red color within your eyelids. Look intently into the violet red color. Meditate on it and imagine that it is becoming bigger and bigger. Behold around you a dimly shining sea of violet light. You are a wave of light, a ripple of peace floating on the surface of the sea. Now watch carefully. You, the little wave, are tossing on an ocean of light. Your tiny life is a part of the all-pervading life. As your meditation deepens, you, a little shallow wave of peace, are becoming the deep, wide ocean of peace. Meditate on the thought, I am a wave of peace. Feel the vastness just beneath your consciousness. The wave should feel the sustaining life of the vast ocean beneath it. God's protecting presence. Teach me to feel that I am enveloped always in the aureole of thine all-protecting omnipresence, in birth and sorrow, in joy and activity, in meditation and ignorance, in trials and death, and in final emancipation. Teach me to open the gate of meditation that alone leads to thy blessed presence. Behind the wave of my consciousness is the sea of cosmic consciousness. Under the ripple of my mind is the supporting ocean of thy vastness. I am protected by thy divine mind. Thy light of goodness and thy protective power are ever shining through me. I saw them not because my eyes of wisdom were closed. Now thy touch of peace has opened my eyes. Thy goodness and unfailing protection are flowing through me. I will extol thee. O Heavenly Father, I will extol thy glory, the beauties of thy paradise within us. May I live in the garden of soul happiness and noble thoughts, and be filled with the aroma of thy love evermore. O Spirit, make my soul thy temple, but make my heart thy beloved home, where thou wouldst dwell with me in ease and everlasting understanding. Wilt thou not open thy lips of silence, and whisper constant guiding thoughts to my soul? Beloved Lord, teach me to feel that thou art the soul-activating power, and that in recognition of thee as the doer lies the value of all my life's experiences. Teach me to behold thee as the only friend, helping and encouraging me through my earthly friends. Heavenly Father, from today I will strive to know thee. I will make make the effort to cultivate thy friendship. All my duties will be performed with the thought that I am realizing thee through them, and thus am pleasing thee. Life is a struggle for joy all along the way. May I fight to win the battle on the very spot where I now am. When fear or anger of any kind or suffering comes to me, I will view it as a spectator. I will separate myself from my experiences. At all costs, I will endeavor to retain my peace and happiness. Beloved Father, I realize that praise does not make me any better, nor blame worse. I am what I am before my conscience and thee. I shall travel on, doing good to all and seeking ever to please thee, for thus shall I find my only true happiness. Take this darkness away. Cosmic Mother, take this darkness away. When I sit with my eyes closed, enveloped in self-created shadows, cause thou to blaze upon me in splendor the aura of intuition. Subnote, apprehension of knowledge derived immediately and spontaneously from the soul, not from the fallible medium of the sense or of reason. Mother Divine, draw aside thy glittering veil of cosmic motion pictures and show me thy delusion dispersing face of mercy. O blazing light, awaken my heart, awaken my soul, ignite my darkness, tear the veil of silence, and fill my temple with thy glory. Heavenly Father, destroy in us the wrong thought of ages, that we are frail human beings. Manifest thyself as the light behind our reason, the deep blaze of wisdom. O divine friend, though the darkness of my ignorance be as old as the world, still make me realize that with the dawn of thy light, the darkness will vanish as though it had never been. What is this life coursing in my veins? Could it be other than divine? Heavenly Father, descend within me. Make me feel that thou art present in my brain, in my spine, and in my deepest thoughts. I bow to thee. I am lost, Father, in the wastelands of wrong beliefs. I cannot find my home. Rise on the darkness of my mental sky and be the pole star of my groping mind. Lead me to thyself who art my home. Teach me, O Christ, to redeem my matter-souled mind, that I may give it to thee in prayer and ecstasy, in meditation and reverie. Reveal thyself. Come thou, O Father, reveal the vast kingdom of thy presence. Reveal thyself. Teach my heart to pray. Teach my soul to feel that all doors may open and thy presence be revealed. O cosmic light, every day I see thee painting the sky in bright colors. I watch thee cloth the bare soil with green grass. Thou art in the warmth of sunshine. O, thou art so plainly present everywhere. I bow to thee. Teach me to behold thy face in the mirror of my stillness within. Divine Beloved, make me know at once and forever that thou hast always been mine, ever mine. My error dreams are past, buried in the sepulchre of oblivion. I am awake, basking in the sunlight of life in thee. The ocean of God's abundance flows through me. I am his child. I am a channel through which all divine creative power flows. Bless me, Father, that above all things I seek thee first, as befits thy true child. Beloved God, let the flowers of my devotion blossom in the garden of my heart while I await the dawn of thy coming. Dear Father, open all the windows of faith that I may behold thee in the mansion of peace. Fling open the doors of silence that I may enter thy temple of bliss. Beloved God, protect the celestial temple of my mind against the entry of tenacious warriors of evil thoughts. I know that I am responsible for my own welfare. Therefore I will discard all useless pursuits and idle thoughts, that daily I may find time for God. My heavenly Father, thou art love, and I am made in thine image. I am the cosmic sphere of love in which I behold all planets, all stars, all beings, all creation is glimmering lights. I am the love that illumines the whole universe. O fountain of love, make me feel that my heart is flooded by thine omnipresent love. I want thee, O God, that I may give thee to all. Father of hearts, awaken eternally the consciousness of thy loving presence within me. Divine Father, teach me to dive again and again into meditation, deeper and deeper, till I find thine immortal pearls of wisdom and divine joy. On the throne of silent thoughts, the God of peace is directing my actions today. I will usher my brothers into the temple of God through the door of my peace. Whether I am a small or a big wave of being, the same ocean of life is behind me. I will think until I find the ultimate answer. I will turn the power of thought into a searchlight whose brightness will reveal the face of omnipresence. Teach me to think of thee until thou dost become my only thought. O Father, no matter what my tests be, may I bear them joyously by feeling thy presence always in my heart. Thus all the tragedies and comedies of life will seem naught but dramas of ecstatic entertainment. Father, transfer my consciousness from my limitations, suggested by others and by my own weak thoughts, to the realization that I, thy child, am the owner of thy kingdom of infinite possessions. O fountain of flame, let thy light be established within me, about me, everywhere. A true yogi feels the throb of his heart in all hearts, his mind in all minds, his presence in all motion. I will be a true yogi. O Father, show me the highway that leads to thee. Give me bursting aspirations of the heart. In the echo of devotion, teach me to hear thy voice. In the stillness of my soul, I humbly bow before thine omnipresence, knowing that thou art ever leading me onward and upward on the path of self-realization. O Lord, thy love flowing through human hearts has lured me to find the source of perfect love in thee. Divine Spirit, I will seek thee until I find thee. Finding thee, I will reverently receive whatever gifts it is thy desire I should have. But I ask nothing throughout eternity save the complete gift of thyself. I come to thee with folded hands, bowed head, and heart laden with the myrrh of reverence. Thou art my parents, I am thy child. Thou art the master, I will obey the silent command of thy voice. Expansion of consciousness. Tune in with the cosmic sound. Listen to the cosmic sound of Om, a great hum of countless atoms in the sensitive right side of your head. This is the voice of God. Feel the sound spreading through the brain. Hear its continuous pounding roar. Now hear and feel it surging into the spine, bursting open the doors of the heart. Feel it resounding through every tissue, every feeling, every chord of your nerves, every blood cell, every thought is dancing on the sea of roaring vibration. Observe the spreading volume of the cosmic sound. It sweeps through the body and mind into the earth and the surrounding atmosphere. You are moving with it into the airless ether and into millions of universes of matter. Meditate on the marching spread of the cosmic sound. It has passed through the physical universes to the subtle, shining veins of rays that hold all matter in manifestation. The cosmic sound is commingling with millions of multicolored rays. The cosmic sound has entered the realm of cosmic rays. Listen to, behold, and feel the embrace of the cosmic sound in the eternal light. The cosmic sound now pierces through the heart fires of cosmic energy, and they both melt within the ocean of cosmic consciousness and cosmic joy. The body melts into the universe melts into the soundless voice. The sound melts into the all-shining light, and the light enters the bosom of infinite joy, the cosmic sea. When you find that your soul, your heart, every wisp of inspiration, every speck of the vast blue sky and its shining star blossoms, the mountains, the earth, the whippoorwill, and the blue bells are all tied together with one chord of rhythm, one chord of joy, one chord of unity, one chord of spirit, then you shall know that all are but waves in his cosmic sea. I go within. I was a prisoner, carrying a heavy load of bones and flesh, but I have broken the chains of my muscle-bound body by the power of relaxation. I am free. Now I shall try to go within. Bewitching scenic beauties, stop your dance before my eyes. Lure not my attention away. Enchanting melodies, keep not my mind enthralled in the revels of earthly songs. Haunting sirens of sweet sensations, paralyze not my sacred intuitions by your enticing touch. Let my meditation race for the sweet bower of eternal divine love. Luring aroma of lilacs, jasmine, and roses, stop not my homeward marching mind. These tempting enchantresses of the senses are now gone. The cords of flesh are broken. The grip of the senses is loosened. I exhale and stop the storm of breath. The ripples of thought melt away. I am sitting on the altar of my throbbing heart. I watch the roaring, shouting torrent of life force moving through the heart into the body. I turn backward to the spine. The beat and roar of the heart are gone. Like a sacred river, my life force flows in the gorge of the spine. I enter a dim corridor through the door of the spiritual eye and speed on until at last the river of my life flows into the ocean of life and loses itself in bliss. God's vastness I glimpsed in the skies of quietness. His joy I tasted in the fountains of my existence. His voice I heard in my unsleeping conscience. I will consciously receive the light of the omnipresent Father constantly passing through me. O Father, break the boundaries of the little waves of my life that I may join the ocean of thy vastness. Expansion and eternity. Eternity yawns at me below, above, on the left, on the right, in front and beyond, behind, within and without. With open eyes I behold myself as the little body. With closed eyes I perceive myself as the cosmic center around which revolves the sphere of eternity, the sphere of bliss, the sphere of omniscient living space. I feel the Lord like a gentle breath of bliss breathing in my body of universes. I perceive him shining through the bright twinkles of all luminosity and through the waves of cosmic consciousness. I behold him as the light of solar inspiration, holding the luminaries of my thoughts in the rhythms of balance. I feel him as a bursting voice, leading, guiding, teaching secretly in the soul temples of all men and all creation. He is the fountain of wisdom and of radiant inspiration flowing through all souls. He is the fragrance oozing from the incense vase of all hearts. He is a garden of celestial blossoms and bright thought flowers. He is the love that inspires our love dreams. I feel him percolating through my heart, as through all hearts, through the pores of the earth, through the sky, through all created things. He is the eternal motion of joy. He is the mirror of silence in which all creation is reflected. My earthly experiences serve as a process of destruction of my limiting mortal delusions. In God, even the most impossible dreams are realized. I will give him the morning star. Revelation 2:28. I am submerged in thine eternal light. It permeates every particle of my being. I am living in that light. Divine Spirit, I behold only Thee, within and without. I will close my physical eyes and dismiss the temptations of matter. I will peer through the darkness of silence, until my eyes of relativity open into the one inner eye of light, when my two eyes that behold both good and evil become single, and behold in everything only the divine goodness of God. I shall see that my body, mind, and soul have become filled with His omnipresent light. The reality of my life cannot die, for I am indestructible consciousness. All the veils of my ignorant outer life are burned in the light of my awakening in Christ. And I behold the intelligence of the baby Jesus, cradled in the petals of roses, in the weaving of lights, and in the love, thoughts of all true hearts. I am infinite. I am spaceless. I am tireless. I am beyond body, thought, and utterance, beyond all matter and mind. I am endless bliss. The ocean of spirit has become the little bubble of my soul. Whether floating in birth or disappearing in death, in the ocean of cosmic awareness, the bubble of my life cannot die. I am indestructible consciousness, protected in the bosom of spirit's immortality. I am no longer the wave of consciousness thinking itself separated from the sea of cosmic consciousness. I am the ocean of spirit that has become the wave of human life. Like a silent, invisible river flowing beneath the desert flows the vast dimensionless river of spirit. Through the sands of time, to the sands of experience, through the sands of all souls, through the sands of all living atoms, through the sands of all space. O Father, Thou art sacred perennial joy. Thou art the joy I seek. Thou art the joy of the soul. Teach me to worship Thee through the joy born of meditation. The holy sound of Aum, A-U-M. Teach me to hear Thy voice, O Father. The cosmic voice that commanded all vibration to spring forth, manifest to me as Aum, the cosmic sound of all sound. O Holy Ghost, sacred Om vibration, enlarge my consciousness as I listen to Thine omnipresent sound. Make me feel that I am both the cosmic ocean and the little wave of body vibration in it. O omnipresent cosmic sound of Om, reverberate through me, expanding my consciousness from the body to the universe, and teach me to feel in Thee the all-permeating perennial bliss. O infinite energy, infinite wisdom, recharge me with Thy spiritual vibration. O cosmic sound of Om, guide me, be with me, lead me from darkness to light. Om. Okay, this is part 2. Hope you've enjoyed. I'm going to restart the YouTube live. Thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. Come back to the live. Just click back on my profile and hit that live link. Hey, good morning. How are you? This is John.
Good morning. Rabboni Shalom.
Rabboni Shalom. I'm offering you a 100% free immediate consciousness expansion hypnosis. It's totally free.
Right. All right. Sounds good. You miss doing your hypnosis?
Well, I got this new book and I'm reading it on YouTube Live. It's called Metaphysical Meditations by Paramahansa Yogananda, and it's basically a hypnosis book, and it's like free consciousness expansion if you want to hear it. But I'm also going to call Brian Sellers. Do you know Brian? You know Brian, right?
No. Who is that?
He's a Purple Heart veteran that I met on Instagram and brought to Clubhouse, and his account he has two accounts. They both got nixed.
Excellent.
But he's live streaming himself on YouTube now, and I tried to join his YouTube live yesterday, and he went bananas, and then I just clicked away. So we're gonna three-way, and I'm gonna offer you this free reading if you want to hear it. It's very quick and very powerful.
All right.
Okay, let me call Brian.
Sounds good.
Okay, just hold on. I'm gonna merge the calls. Hey, Brian.
What's up?
Hey, you're on a recorded line with Zach Della Ruta. We're doing a 100% free consciousness expansion hypnosis.
Do I have to be?
No, but I was telling Zach that we met on Instagram Live because I was reading Marcus Aurelius, and now I have a different book which is even faster. This is the fastest consciousness expansion hypnosis I've ever read. So I'm calling you to give you a free 60-second consciousness expansion if you want it.
Go for it. 60 seconds up now.
Okay, it's called I Am in All Places. I am beholding through the eyes of all. I am working through all hands. I am walking through all feet. The brown, white, olive, yellow, red, and black bodies are all mine. I am thinking with the minds of all. I am dreaming through all dreams. I am feeling through all feelings. The flowers of joy blooming on all heart tracks are mine. I am eternal laughter. My smiles are dancing through all faces. I am the waves of enthusiasm in all God-tuned hearts. I am the wind of wisdom that dries the sighs and sorrows of all humanity. I am the silent joy of life moving through all beings. Heavenly Father, teach me to find freedom in Thee, that I may know nothing on earth belongs to me. All belongs only to Thee. Teach me to know my home is Thine omnipresence. O cosmic silence, I hear Thy voice through the murmur of brooks, the song of nightingale, the sounding of conch shells, the beat of ocean waves, and the hum of vibrations. Beloved God, no more with words, but with the burning flame of my heart's love I worship Thee. Teach me to behold Thy vastness, Thy changelessness behind all things, that I may perceive myself as a part of Thy changeless being. O mighty ocean, I pray that the rivers of my desires, meandering through many deserts of difficulties, may merge at last in Thee. I will conflagrate all space and roll over its bosom, unburnt and deathless. I will dive into infinity, never reaching the end. I will run and race and spread my laughter in all things and all motion in the motionless void. Awaken me, O Heavenly Father, that I may arise from the confining tomb of flesh into the consciousness of my cosmic body. O immortal love, unite my love with Thy love. Unite my life with Thy joy, and my mind with Thy cosmic consciousness. Let me behold naught but beauty, naught but good, naught but truth, naught but Thine immortal fountain of bliss. in the hall of creation, O divine mother. Everywhere I hear the rhythm of thy footsteps, dancing wildly in the booming thunder and softly in the song of atoms. Okay, that's it. There's more, but so you want to hear it? This is called the explanation of Alm and Christ consciousness. Huh?
I would rather not.
Yeah, well, anyways, that's my free 60-second consciousness hypnosis expansion.
It just sounds like me reading the Bible to me.
I know, it's very true.
I liked it.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just like the great I am. I mean, that's just God, and God is omnipresent and omniscient. So, I mean, it literally reads just like the Bible to me.
Well, I think this is why essentially the Jews are not committing genocide, because they know that within all the people they've had to kill in order to kill the terrorists, they know that they're killing God every time they kill someone. So it's a horrible, thing to do, to kill other people when you realize that everyone is imbued with the divine spirit of life. So
Yeah, we're all made in His image. I know.
Right.
That's why I would never commit suicide.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. There you have it.
Anyways, I am back on Clown House, and this room is being live streamed. It's called Metaphysical Meditation Paramahanda Yogananda.
Well, if you ever see that documentation falls back out, let me know, because they still have me going on.
I saw your face yesterday, and I was like, "Fucking Brian's back on." And then I look, and guess who's using your PTR?
Who?
Oscar.
Oscar the Grant.
Oscar in Baltimore, or wherever the fuck it is.
Oscar Grant, basically, essentially.
Yeah, Jazzy and all them. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're probably the ones that reported me for something. I didn't even do anything. I literally went to fall asleep listening to the fucking Clown House. So
Did you say that you didn't do nothing?
I did do nothing.
Right, basically.